Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going back into the world of Flight Simulator. So, a bit different this time than the last ones I did quite a while ago. Big fuel truck coming in. Get out of his way, he's coming right... What the... He's coming right for us. Are we coming to fuel my plane? I'm not too sure. What are you doing here? Excuse me, you stop. Let's just go around him here. So yeah, we're going to the Cessna 152. I'm using a whole bunch of add-ons. One of them is the Neofly, so I got to use this one because it's one of the planes you start with. And Neofly is a program where you can simulate running your own aircraft, business where you fly things around. What we'll do is I guess we'll just hop into them here. We'll go there and we'll hop over to Neofly. Okay, so here is Neofly. So it's kind of a complicated looking thing. I'm using the newer version of Beta 4, where they redid the interface and it all looks pretty fancy now. So you got a bunch of tabs down the side. The main ones are the first three: mission, hangar, and briefing. So mission is you got your little plane here, and you can buy other ones and get other pilots. Well, the other pilots aren't implemented yet, but I got my little character here with the big white mustache. And the airplane here, and then what we need to do is there's a whole list of missions you can pick from down the left, or you can go look on the map and pick one from there. So I had a scope out a bit earlier, and what we're going to be doing is this one: bring 61 pounds of beer to Oak Country Ranch, 33 Charlie Lima, and it's a fragile mission. So you gotta land in less than 200 feet per minute, so nice soft landing there. And it is. How far is the ride? Does it show me? Can I not see it? It is over here, 41 nautical miles. Yeah, so we check that, and we gotta go to our hangar, check the aircraft, enough fuel, plane's good, engine's good, everything there, and then we check here on briefing, and it just lets you know if everything's right. We got enough weight on there. Actually, I can lower that. I think. Oh wait, I didn't actually accept the mission. That's why it's kind of weird. Let's pick that up now. So what we'll do is I'll bounce back to the simulator, get the airplane going, and get the cargo loaded. Okay, so in the simulator here, and what I gotta do over is tell Neofly to load up the cargo. So if the audio is working right, you should hear some loading or so.
Transporter from dispatch. It's a sensitive cargo mission today. When you check the payload in the flight plan, please release the parking brake to start.
Right.
Transporter from dispatch. Loading sensitive cargo. Please stand by.
No problem. Cool. Yep, we're loading the glass. So while we're doing that, or they're doing that, we'll get some of the plane started here, getting ready to go. So we're going to put our mixture in. And we're going to do a quick little checklist, simulator checklist. We're going to turn our fuel valve on, and what we're going to do...
Flight crew, be advised, the fragile cargo looks extremely delicate. We have secured it the best we can. Please taxi with caution.
Okay, no problem. So, I was going to set the trim while we're talking there. I like setting the 152 to 2 degrees nose up for takeoff. Seems to work okay. We want to turn our beacon light on, and you got to turn your beacon light on before running the engine, and we'll turn our battery on. So, battery is on, and what we got to do is I'm also running vatsim. So maybe, well, I probably won't show that. Actually, maybe I will. So just one second. We'll bounce over to vatsim. Before I do that, I actually set the radio. So vatsim, there are no controllers on in the area right now. We're in Southern California. But if there's no controller on, you're supposed to set it to 122, the radio, to 122.8. There we go. We'll swap that in. Just Unicom, so that's the channel everyone talks to when there's no controller there. So what we're going to do is actually just jump over to the vatsim map just to see if there is anybody around, and that will help me decide what we're going to do in that regard. So here's the vatsim map here. So if I zoom out, we're in the United States, down in California, the southern part of it. Our little airplane, you know what, I don't think I'm connected in yet. Where is it? Am I connected? I am connected. So where's my little airplane? Oh, I'm up here. here we are. Charlie Whiskey 1-2 Tango. We're parked there. There's no one around, no controllers on or anything like that. It's kind of late at night now. So I just wanted to check. So basically, we're just going to be making Unicom calls. There might be a couple people listening. Who knows? We'll just do it for practice, though. But yeah, there's pretty much no one around. These little guys here, they're flying. They're big airliner airplanes. They're actually real people flying, but they're all... oh no, he's parked. He's parked. There's a few. They're just sitting around. They're doing nothing. This guy's at 31,000 feet. He's the only one we're going to even come close to. We're not going to come anywhere near him. Yeah, so let's bounce back from here. Okay, so there's lots to do to get ready here. We're over in little nav map now to actually plan out the route. Here's a little airplane in yellow here at Avenel Airfield here. It's a nice little town in California. We have to set this as our departure point, so we're just going to do a couple little things here. And where we need to go is to 33 Charlie Lima Oak Country Ranch. We're going to set that as our destination. We'll draw a nice little yellow line here for us just to give us some elevation reads, see what kind of mountains we're going to bump into. So right at the start, there is going to be some hills. Yeah, they're going to be 3,000 feet or so. So we're going to have to go fly around 4,000, 5,000 feet. So it's going to be a bit of a climb, and we're just going to do a direct route right there. So basically, this is a little nav map. You haven't seen it before. Great for, it basically runs like a GPS. The C152 we're in doesn't have a GPS, so you can kind of use this as a GPS. And yeah, so it tells us the wind's coming in from the west, so we're going to be wanting to take off on runway 30 or runway 26. We'll just decide that at the time because there's no controller. We'll just make the decision. But that's all that is. We'll be using this just to fly down this way, 41 nautical miles, and let's go get the plane started. So in the aircraft now, so the beer is loaded, and as you can see, using Xbox controller, so just to kind of show that it is possible to fly with just the Xbox controller. It actually is quite intuitive. There's a few things I gotta do though. We gotta set our altimeter. We're gonna do the little cheaty method, push B to set the altimeter, and I don't know if my direction indicator's changed much. That's that thing down here. It hasn't changed at all, so it's nice and aligned. We got our mixture in, we got our fuel valve turned on, we got the battery on, we got the radio set. And what we're going to do is we're going to crank the magnetos now. Bacon light is on. And yeah, we'll do that here. So we should hear a clear prop from fsrealistic if the audio is working.
Clear prop.
There you go, clear prop. And there you start. There we go.
I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Yep, everything looks good from where I'm sitting too. So we have engine is running. We're going to want to go turn on our alternator now. Alternator on, and we're going to want our lights to be correct. So if we're going to taxi, we need our taxi light on. We're going to put our nav lights on as well. I think the temperature's okay. We're going to leave the P2 heat off. So that's about it. Anything we're forgetting? I don't need to set any nav radios. We're just using Unicom. Yeah, so that's about good. Let's take a look outside of the aircraft. We're going to taxi down that direction. Wind's coming from the west. So we'll go down to where the two runways meet and just decide from there. Actually, we should decide before we're going to call, because we will do the call on vatsim just for funsies. Yeah, I guess that's what we'll do. So back in we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, let's see now, Avenel traffic, Cessna Charlie Whiskey 1-2 Tango, taxi to runway 26. So that's all that's needed there. I don't think anyone, well, there's probably a couple people monitoring the Unicom, but not too much. There's going to be no one around that will bump into us or anything. So let's throttle up and release parking brake, and let's swing the aircraft around. Come on there. There we are. Say bye to our little buddy in the cart. And is there a truck there? No, the truck's gone, so that's good. So we're just going to do a 180, and we're going to, there's no taxiway, so we're just going to backtrack. So I should have said I'm backtracking down the runway, but no one's around anyways. There we are. So let's get on here, and we're going to cruise down. We've got the sun at our back right now, nice little sunset. And we're taxiing a little fast, so we're going to slow down. Oh, we're going to need a little bit of brake here. So we're going to take off right into the wind. So we're going to use the shorter runway, runway 26. Get some brakes going there, and let's see if we can swing it around. Swing around, little plane. There we go, perfect. Let's line it up, and we're going to do parking brake. And then we gotta do our lights again, because Neofly gets us in trouble. We don't do the lights right. We're gonna want landing light on, taxi light off, and we're gonna turn on strobe now. The trim I did set at 2 degrees nose up, so that's good, because we want to climb at about 70 knots, and that sets the nose fairly well there. So that's all we gotta do. We just gotta do our call again. So we're gonna do, let's see here. Avenel traffic, Cessna Charlie Whiskey 12 Tango, departing runway 26. We're going to do southwest departure, Avenel traffic. So that is just the basic call there, and we are going to do one last check. Anything else I'm forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something, but probably not. So let's, we're going to throttle up. Everything's set. We're going to not use any flaps on this takeoff, even though it's a short field. There's no problem there. Release parking brake. The wind is at 5 knots, coming right at us, so that should help with the lift on, or the departure here. Getting a bunch of shaking going on. And we're getting 55 knots. We're going to rotate, catch some wind there. There we go. We're up.
Transporter from dispatch. Fly safe, and remember to watch your landing.
No problem. Alright, there we go. It's a nice little yellow house. And we're going to check out some scenery into the sunset here. There goes the little airstrip that we're at. And the sun is setting. So we'll get a little bit of height here. So that is pretty much a good climb. About just under 70 knots. And it will probably bounce between 500 and 1,000 feet per minute. We are going to do a nice slight bank over here, and we're going to head down southwest. So here's the first obstacle, those mountains up ahead. Alright, there we go. So we're straightening it out. And basically for the first part of the flight with our fragile beer loaded, we're going to keep full throttle, full RPM. Mixture's full in. There's no controllers around to worry about. Basically, we're just going to have to get up about 4,000 feet, maybe a little bit higher. And before we do that, let's just take a cruise around, take a look at the scenery here. We're doing the map enhancement mod with the Google map placement. There's nice detail on the terrain. Now, it's a bunch of fields. I'm not too sure there's supposed to be little trees in the middle there, but, well, there's the sun setting. There, so that's all there is to that departure. We'll just keep our landing light on, that'll be fine, since we're down low anyways. There's a nice sunset here in California. So we just passed 3,000 feet. We're doing an okay climb. We're still in the climb out of the airfield, which is a good distance back here now. Way back there at the town of Avenel, I think it's called. But the big concern is still the mountains. Kind of hard to see over the nose, but we should be able to clear them. And then that is the highest point on the journey. So once we clear that, we can just stay at that altitude, whatever that should be. Should be about 5,000, which should give us a nice safe altitude. So that is 3,500 now. We're going to start leaning the mixture just a little bit. Pull it back down to 80% or so. There we go. So shouldn't be any problem clearing this now. Oh, a nice little rotation shot on the climb out the hills of California. I don't know what these specific hills are called. I could look it up on the map. But we're going to pass it no problem. So we'll get up about 5,000 feet. We're passing 4,000 now. And there's the nice sunset over the hills. Beautiful looking. The wind's really picked up too, or it was picking up. Oh no, it's dying down again. It went up to 12 knots. Now it's down to about 4 knots. Alright, we're at 5,000 feet, or pretty much there. We're going to throttle back, and we're going to trim those down to get straight and level flight. There we go. Not quite at 5,000, but that's no biggie. I didn't actually file the flight plan with vatsim, so there's no controllers or anybody looking, so no big deal when we're flying VFR anyways. So we're just going to try and level out about 5,000 here. We're pretty much right at 5,000. See if I can trim the aircraft to get her there. The RPM's good. There, so, yep, and it's pretty much straight flying from here, as long as the wind doesn't kick us around too much. So we are at straight and level flight now on the little nav map we're looking at here. So here's a little plane there on the GPS there, 87 knots, almost 5,000 feet right on. And we're just kind of bouncing around with a little bit of wind. Just passing Table Mountain. Wherever Table Mountain is, there's Table Mountain. But we're on track on a little purple line. This is the airport that we came from. Our top of climb is going to be about here, but we're already at the climb we want. So the rest of it is just straight flying, really. We're going into the wind, but it's a light wind, so it'll slow us down a little bit, but not too much. But yeah, pretty much it's just a scenic flight for about 30 nautical miles until Paso Roble, or whatever that's called. Nice little town there. And we'll be crossing over there and then start descending for Oak Country Ranch to do a nice smooth landing without breaking the beer. That's all there is to see there. Alright, just checking in here. We are about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way there. Still cruising at 5,000 feet, nice and smooth. We're passing Paso Robles Municipal Airport right now. So it's also an uncontrolled airstrip. And just taking a look at the nice scenery in the sunset here. There's those mountains that we passed before. It's gone all pretty much flat land ahead. A little bit of rolling hills, I suppose. Okay, back over to the little nav map. So we're a little off course here. Just passing over the town now. So we're going to prepare here. I need to see how far away we are. Where's my measure? Measure distance. So we're too close. We're just about 10 nautical miles out. So we'll make the call now. Actually, no, I'll make the call later. No one's listening anyways. But we need to plan for our approach here. So, wind's coming from the south, so we're definitely going to land on runway 16. And what we can do with a little nav map is we can actually put a little traffic pattern in here. Traffic pattern on runway 16, 1,000 feet. Altitude's good. And there it is. Perfect. Well, actually, I didn't check if it was a left or a right pattern, so let's just check that quick. Show information for the airport here. Runway's 16, and it is a left pattern. Perfect. So it is correct. So what we're going to do is come in on the 45 downwind. So we're going to add this little point here into our flight plan. There, so I'm nice and off course now, so I'm going to make a turn to the south, and we're going to connect there, and we're going to come in to the 45 onto the downwind and around and land. So bounce back to the simulator so I can make the announcement and all that good stuff. Okay, so reset my view here. We're going to want to do a left turn to go almost directly south to intersect the new waypoint. Hearing some wind here on the wings or something. Not too sure what the shaky noise is. There we are. Alright, so I'm going to start descending too at the same time because I was climbing a bit there. 5,500 too much. We're going to pull the throttle back a bit. And, well, I'm only a few miles out now, so way too close for the call, but we'll call anyways, better late than never. So Oak Country Ranch traffic, Cessna Charlie Whiskey 12 Tango is 3 miles northeast, inbound land, runway 16 to enter downwind, currently 5,000 feet. Oh, country ranch traffic. So not too slick on the announcement, but all the information got through there anyways. Alright, so let's swing around here. There we go. So we'll start aiming south, and then I will bounce back the recording once I start going for downwind. Yeah, some beautiful clouds all around us here. Not too thick, not really blocking any visibility. I'm almost at the turn now, where we're going to turn into the 45. Now, elevation of the runway is 1,200 feet. That makes our traffic pattern 2,200 feet. And we're at 4,000, so we're still too high for the traffic pattern, but we're going to enter it anyways. So I'm pretty much there for the 45, so we're going to start a right turn in. Get some weird noises from the aircraft wind here. Flaps are up and everything. Let's see here. Oh, country ranch traffic. Cessna Charlie Whiskey 12 Tango entering downwind, runway 16. Alright, so there we are. We're still too high, over 1,000 feet too high, but we'll keep descending. So we're on the downwind now. There's the little airstrip right there. Much too high, but that little guy is what we're aiming for. Alright. So we're dropping 3,400. We have to lose a lot of altitude here. And the wind's picking up too. We got a easterly wind 8 knots, so it's going to be a crosswind landing. That'll be fun. Alright, approaching 3,000, still way too high. Let's pull back throttle all the way. There you go. Hearing the wind on the fuselage here. Okay, so we're on base now. Some places you call base, some places you don't. How we doing there? So we're still too high on the pattern altitude. What we're gonna do is actually drop a notch of flaps. We're gonna balloon a little. There we go. 70 knot approach speed's good. We're just hitting pattern altitude now, and we're supposed to be down lower than that. So we're gonna come in high. But we're going to keep going in anyway, so we're going to start turning final. So country ranch traffic, Cessna Charlie Whiskey 12 Tango on final, runway 16, so country ranch traffic. Alright. And drop another notch of flaps once we straighten out here. There it is. Looks like some trees right in front of the runway too, so we're going to drop that. We're still running no throttle at all. We're going to balloon a bit. And we might have to do a bit of a slip here to slow down. So we're going to rudder right. Whoop, too hard rudder right. And aileron left. Lose a lot of energy here. That was too heavy of a slip, but we still need to do one. Alright, so we lost a lot of energy there, so that's okay. Perfect. So there's a bit of a tree right in front here, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Over this tree. We gotta land soft without breaking the beer. And pull up here. Now play keep away here from the runway. We're too high, and we're running out of runway. Normally you'd have to go around here, but oh well.
Please proceed to parking, pilot. I hope the cargo survived that.
Me too. Alright, so that
Taxi
was,
to parking and shut down your engine.
that was a close call. Here's the end of the runway. Stop! There we go. So that is what happens when you come in too high. Too much energy. Oh, there we go. So we survived, and maybe the beer survived? Let me just check over Neofly and see what the landing speed was. What do we do here? Oh, just barely. Minus 190 feet per minute. So just 10 feet per minute shy. So yeah, it should have survived. So let's shut down the engine. We're not going to worry about taxiing anywhere really. But what we should do is turn on the taxi light, landing light off. Yeah, I don't think we're going to taxi anywhere. But check out the little airfield. Yeah, keep running off the runway right down the hill. Anyways, nice couple little hangars here. Oh, there's actually some guys up there waiting for me to park. But now we're gonna shut her down here. So we're gonna pull the mixture out.
Stand by, pilot. Cargo unloading.
Perfect. And that should complete the mission. So there's all the beer. Let's see how much we get paid. While they're doing that, we are going to taxi light off. Strobe light definitely off. Nav light off. Oh, oop, not battery off, but oh well, I hit battery by accident. Alternator.
Transporter. Another cargo mission completed. Thanks, and see you soon.
Yeah, you're welcome. There we go. So there we are. So fuel valve off, airplane
Ready
shut
for
down.
engine start.
Oh no, thanks. We're done for now. There we go. So almost $2,000 for that delivery, and just barely did it. But that's pretty good. So, yeah, I think that's all. Airplane's all shut down. Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and everyone take care.